You guys saw my second place finish at the mid-stage GP, but the number one question I got was, how did you actually ride for an hour with zero arm pump? Today I'm breaking down the exact timeline I used from the weeks before the race to the technique I use on the track. Arm pump can turn a good race into a miserable and even dangerous one. I'm going to share all the tips and tricks I've learned to minimize and even stop arm pump for good. Without wasting any more time, let's get started with the first step to getting rid of arm pump. It all begins with off the track. I'm not just lifting weights, I focus on my cardio, endurance, and grip strength. You want your body to be able to handle the loads that your forearms don't have to. The idea is to strengthen your legs to relieve the pressure from your arms. On Mondays, I do the Monday mile. I run at least 1 mile and usually toss in some push-ups and planks around the 0.5 mile mark. Next up is the Tuesday mountain bike ride. I ride the mountain bike for at least 3 miles, nothing intense, more so this is an active recovery from the weekend of racing. Not only is it an active recovery, but this is also to keep my balance, core, and bike skills fresh.
All about just getting out, practicing my balance, staying fresh on the bike, having fun, getting outside too. These woods are really technical.
Once Wednesday comes around, it's time to ride dirt bikes. I do a moto after work and usually shoot for an hour-long moto, but typically will go longer depending on how I'm feeling, whether I'm dealing with an injury, lack of sleep, or just life getting in the way of my riding time. I work construction full-time, so my training regimen is largely focused on preventing injuries and staying active more than anything. That there is my training routine to minimize arm pump. That's how I build the base so that my arms don't have to carry the heavy load. Moving on to my bike setup. Often neglected is your bike suspension. I run factory connection suspension tuned for my weight at 155 pounds in a riding style of harescrambles. If your suspension is too stiff, your arms will take the hit. Also, check your lever angle. I keep mine angled slightly down so that my wrist stays strong. When actuating the clutch and brake levers, the muscles in your arms can get tight if not set up properly. Also, you'll be in pain when you hit big bumps if your lever and wrist alignment isn't right. Bottom line is find a setup that's comfortable for you. Every rider is different and it really comes down to personal preference. Try different setups, use what feels best. The best setup is going to be something that's predictable, therefore you can almost see the future for when you hit a bump. All this needs to be set up months and weeks ahead of time. When the flag drops and everybody takes off, your body and your bike are ready to go.
Starting to feel the flow. It's been a while off the bike all winter. Starting to feel more connected with the bike.
Next, we're going to get into what you should be doing on the final week. This is when you really start to dial in your hydration and nutrition. Hydration doesn't just start the morning of the race. I start pushing water and supplements a full week out. Throughout the week, I make sure to drink water all day with at least 1 electrolyte drink mixed in. I like to use a powder that supplements BCAAs, EAAs, and electrolytes. Protein powder is also great for overall muscle health. I try not to focus too much on the brand, more so the ingredients. I look for low sugar and low artificial sweeteners. The idea is to buy a clean supplement and not just buy anything that's marketed to help you with hydration and muscle growth. If you're thirsty on the line, you've already lost. A simple way to monitor your hydration is to simply look at your urine when you take a pee. If it's clear, you're good.
Ow. Oh, the smoke got through with my shoulder.
Not to be weird, but this is an essential step in gaining confidence knowing you're hydrated.
Really the key in this rocky stuff, make sure weight is on the pegs. Stand up as much as you can.
So that was hydration. Next is going to be nutrition. During the week, I keep it clean. Recently, I've been loving those grocery store salad bags. I just add a protein like beans, beef, or tuna for a simple, clean meal. I'm a sucker for peanut butter and jellies as well, so I like to throw a couple of those in too. Super tasty and packed with energy. My goal with my meal plan is to be simple and sustainable. The main goal is to be consistent. The difference won't be seen immediately, and it may be small, but a small difference will compound over a long period of time. That's what I do during the week. The day before the race is when I have pasta salad, made by my amazing girlfriend Molly. It's got all the carbs for energy without feeling heavy in my stomach. You need the fuel that won't make you crash halfway through the moto. Just like your bike setup, you want your meals to be predictable. You want to know how you're going to feel after you eat. Staying consistent with your hydration and your nutrition is going to set you up for success when you get on the bike. This way you're not guessing how your body and your stomach are going to feel during the race. Do your homework, find out what works for you, and then stick with it long enough to see results. Moving on from the final week where we focus on hydration and nutrition, we're going to be moving into the morning of the race where we'll be focused on stretching and warming up. Before I even start the bike, I'm warming up and stretching. Not just arms, but back and legs. A light warm-up gets the blood flowing so your muscles don't shock when the flag drops. I love using my mountain bike to loosen up the hips, hamstrings, back, and core. It's cool because I can almost simulate being in the attack position. I highly recommend bringing a bicycle and riding around the morning of the race. I also follow the foundation training hip hinge to stretch my entire posterior chain. Activating those muscles and loosening up the tight spots is key. But it doesn't stop there. On the starting line, it's easy to tense up. I like to stretch my forearms with my fingers against my grips and reach across my chest for my triceps and my shoulders. In those last 3 minutes before the takeoff, I even like to hit a set of push-ups or jumping jacks, whatever it takes to stay loose and warmed up. The idea here is to already have blood flowing in your forearms. Therefore, when the race starts, you don't get a sudden rush of blood pumping all at once. That's ultimately what's causing arm pump, and that's how you can fix it. But there's one last thing, and that is your riding technique. This is what you can do while you're actually out for your moto. This is the secret. Look at this section right here. I'm barely holding onto the bars because I'm gripping the bike with my knees. Your legs are the strongest muscles in your body, so let them do the work. You have to consciously decide to control the bike with your legs and feet rather than your arms and hands. Be sure to stand up too. Use your legs as suspension. I'm 5'11" with a 32-inch leg length. When I stand, I'm gaining 32 inches of extra suspension travel compared to sitting. That's a massive impact on arm pump. If you're sitting at the wrong time, or just simply sitting too much, you're missing out on so much suspension gain. Another riding technique directly related to arm pump is the weight that you put into the pegs. Even though you're gripping your legs tight, your tires won't track if that weight isn't pushed into the ground. That's why it's important to stand onto the pegs and push that whole shock, swing arm, and linkage assembly down. Use your body weight to maintain traction. This gives you more control than your forearms ever could.
I just hope the GoPro can see better than I can.
In these corners, I'm focused on weighting the outside peg to keep my bike planted. When the bike is stable, it's easier to keep light hands on the grips. That leads to more control and ultimately more speed. Look, arm pump doesn't have to be something that's just another part of racing. It's a puzzle, and when you get the training, hydration, and the technique right, everything just clicks. Obviously, there's always other moving parts and missing pieces. But for the most part, that's how I was able to stay loose for a full hour and take that second place podium in B250 and then a 5th place in B Open. Obviously, I'm still at the beginning of my riding journey, but I'm learning so much and I'm eager to share it with all of you. I also thought this would be a cool chance to hear any tips and tricks that you guys have learned, so drop those down in the comment section. I'm confident that this timeline is going to bring us to the next level. If you haven't seen the footage of the B250 second place I mentioned, you can check out the full 1 hour point of view right here. It's the perfect addition to this blueprint because it shows my riding in a raw point of view with live reactions. If this helped you out, drop a comment and let me know which of these tips you take into your next race. Don't forget to subscribe to follow the rest of the season. Thanks for watching, thanks to Molly for the pasta salad, and I'll see you guys at the next race.
Woohoo! This is an awesome track here. Whoa!
There were some crazy moments during this moto, including the moment where I realized why it's so important to keep your feet on the pegs. That's at 10 minutes and 45 seconds, you do not want to miss that.
I gotta get out of this boost. Feels like he's got an MX-14 as well.
Got my foot stuck in the rear tire. That was crazy. My foot just got completely sucked up by the rear tire. I will say my Mobius knee braces and my Alpine Star boots actually protected me when my foot got fucking into the tire just now. Shout out to whoever that is cheering me on. Well, Midwoods motivation right there. Well, good. Track was gnarly this moto. Held our own though. Hello? Hi. I got fifth. Woo! Track was gnarly. Muddy. Rocky. Dang, it looks like I cracked the new GoPro. That's an L. Hopefully it's not too bad. It looks like it's right in the middle of the screen. Well, we'll have to send this out for a replacement lens.